Okay, welcome back to the Counter-Strike Casuals podcast. We're live in the place, we're live in the place. Episode 47, we're nearly at the big 5-0.
47, mate. How do?
Good.
Go on, take a swig. You
Cheers.
back on the beer? Mate, this is like a... People are like living our lifestyle. It's like, we're drinking 1 week, then we're not, then we are, then we're not.
Yeah, well the funny thing is, it's always a debate in the house, isn't it? But it's not every day, we're the casuals, we're here to lighten the mood on the forever changing environment that is Counter-Strike and, the stresses of playing the game that we love.
I've just realised, we've not hyped this up enough. This is the giveaway episode.
This is the giveaway episode. You're going to give away this skin Ep47 Neon Rider. Thank you to everyone. I mean, yeah, it should be more hyped, but I mean, we told people to do it, and if you build it, they will come, is what they say. And also, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. So, take from that what you will. All I'm saying is the chance was there to win a skin, and so a select few are now going to have a chance to win a skin. Let me get up. Let's get that done now, shall we? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it first thing.
All right.
I need some like foghorns and yeah.
I don't have I don't have foghorns. I just have a wheel that I'm about to click spin.
Look at this.
Why don't you give me a countdown?
These are the subscribers that were showed public. So if your name's not on here and you've subscribed, that's because your name isn't public.
Yes, I'm not actually allowed to know who you are, and I can't just steal your name. Goddamn privacy.
We'll probably do another one in the future, right? Of some sort. It might not be the same format, but we're gonna do something similar. So
yeah, whatever, man.
Stay subscribed.
It's just to say,
probably gonna be another chance.
Definitely, it's just a bit of a thank you, isn't it? I mean, we're only a casual channel. We obviously don't have sponsors. We're not big enough for any of that jazz. So this is all just out of our own pocket to say thanks, guys, for listening in and listening to our crap every week. Okay, I'm gonna hit. Okay. You count down. Go 3, 2, 1, and I'll do the honors.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
In the wheel.
Oh, it's got some sound effects. Love it.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Oh my god, it's Sonics! That's mad. That is mad. Legend. All right.
Congratulations, mate.
That's jokes. That is jokes. All right, cool. Oh, that actually is like some weird thing because he deserves it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, you don't know, but that guy's been fully supporting. That guy or girl. I don't even know if it's a guy or girl. So fair play. That's so weird. That's actually made me happier about this whole situation.
So you'll reach out on YouTube, right, and give them a shout.
Yeah, man. Fair play. He or she, I don't know which you are, but you're a legend and enjoy the skin. Kill some people with it.
Oh, that's amazing. Right,
let's get into it. You and me have been playing some Face It. We had like 3 games the other day on the new update. I think it was 3 games. We played some games.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know, I'm confused.
Yeah.
We play games. Right, the new update's out. We managed to get 3 or 4 Face It games. I played a couple last night as well. Did you even notice any change? Because now thinking back to when we actually played our Face It games, I don't think we once spoke about any change other than Vertigo. Did we? We didn't talk about economy. We didn't talk about the incendiaries for the CTs being...
Well, that's what the podcast is for, right?
That's true. That's true. Cheers,
yeah, the incendiary, well, obviously that's like a pretty obvious one because the colour and the fire boots and stuff, which is pretty cool.
We didn't play Vertigo. I have played Vertigo.
This one's okay.
Oh, you lagging? Really? Come back to me.
Yeah, I feel like it's lagging a little bit. But
you did just lag
soldier
a bit.
Through.
Yeah, of course we will soldier through. We only got one take at this. Come on, we're not doing another one. Let me talk then quickly. Well, let's see if you reconvene with the internet in the real world. We didn't play Vertigo, so we didn't get to show the new change of that. I played like 3 rounds on Vertigo, and then I got disconnected or something in the game. I can't remember what happened, but I'd sampled very short amount of Vertigo, or probably more likely my kids woke up and I had to go help them, so I had to just leave my game. And I didn't know the name for the new opening or the new spot, and no one seemed to know. When I said new spot, I was like, oh, one new spot. They either looked at the rafters bit or like the catwalk, and not just the opening of the new bit on ramp. So that was a bit confusing. What the other changes? The other big changes are the mollies, the incendiary we just talked about. How do you feel about that? They made them 30% less spread but cheaper. What's your vibe on that for CTs?
Um, is it doing less damage, or did I just imagine that?
It's not doing less damage, it's less duration. So shorter time scale that it burns and the spread of the burn is less.
The shorter duration, I'm fairly happy with because I do feel like it does a shitload of damage. Um, I would like, I don't, I like the area it covers, being smaller, but I would like it to travel, vertically still.
Right.
I remember I was in, this was a while back, but I was in, so it was on the old update. I mollied Cave on Nation, and do you know that little gay corner
Oh, Brealey's having some real
stand on top of that
You
box?
you paused again there, mate. We're having some lagging issues here. Don't know what's going on.
Doubt, but I'm going to continue talking anyway. I mollied that cave area, and someone was stood on that box, and it didn't catch them. So I think vertically, I would like it to travel. Actual flat horizontal floor area being reduced, I can live with.
Okay. I think that the spread should be the same for Molly and Incendiary for T and CT. I don't think they should have reduced the spread. I think the duration should also be the same, but they should have just reduced the cost. I don't think they should have changed the spread or the the duration of the burn. I don't understand why they'd be different between CT and T. Sorry, if it's a molly effectively, even but it's just different name and dressed up. I think the price should have been reduced because it is hard to get buy rounds on CT, and you're always kind of saving. It felt like you always got the lesser hand. But I don't think the other changes should have happened, or they shouldn't have been as drastic. The only thing I think I would have backed was maybe the spread, but even then, the spread I don't think needed to be 30% or something. Because actually, when you throw it now, it's like it feels like quite a small circle. Um, so I would have kept the duration. If anything, maybe reduce the spread ever so slightly. But the cost reduction of just I think it's $100 is good. Um, are you with me, Brilliant, or have you lagged
Yeah,
out
I'm
because
still. Yeah,
you're on
sorry, mate.
you need to get an AOL free trial. Do you remember them? They used to come in CDs. Don't know if you
No.
you don't remember. AOL used to send out America Online used to send out CDs, and you get free internet trials with that CD that you put in your disk drive. A lot of people listening right now will not know what disk drive is. Put the CD in your disk drive, and you'd get free internet for like it. You try it'd be like 2 to 3 days. Maybe it was just my dad then that just
That's
never
crazy on a CD.
on a CD. Yeah, he used to give you free trial. So you never did. You don't remember that or didn't have that.
No,
You definitely would have
no.
had it, mate, because we're the same age. So, but
Yeah, but I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't as tech savvy as you at that age, or I just had internet, so I didn't need to have a
no, it's
free.
not that. It's my dad was cheap and probably just didn't actually want to pay for dial up or whatever it was back then.
Just had a stack of CDs.
Mate, this will blow everyone's mind that's young and you couldn't use a phone whilst you're on the. Well, actually, you had landlines, so that's weird for people as well. You had a landline, you couldn't use the internet and the phone at
Yeah.
the same time. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we spoke about this the other day. Like, I remember my friend telling me when I was, to be fair, I was like 17, 18, and he said that he doesn't have a landline, and I was like, what? That's weird. And now, like, it's
That's
very rare people have landlines.
yeah, that's mad. Anyway, we digress. The other updates to Counter Strike 2 in 2024 was the reduction in price for the M4A1, which I also think is a good move. I think it still doesn't feel. The S feels better to me. I feel in more control with the S. I must admit, I don't.
Yeah, definitely feel more control if you're spraying and whatnot,
Yeah,
but you cannot, you cannot fault the damage. The damage is ridiculous.
yeah.
Like at a distance, especially like to not have like the power of an AK on CT side is definitely a big thing. But having that cheaper option of the S is also a good thing, I guess, on CT side.
It definitely felt when we played the other day. So I remember, I think it was Mirage, and I think we only got 4 rounds on T. I think we started T, and I think we were. It was a bit tense because we felt like we were struggling, and it wasn't a great half. And I think I even said, "It's not too bad. It's like 4 or 5 rounds." when we went on to CT, it was like it felt way less. Well, we won, so when you're winning CT, you've got money, but the economy did feel a lot less like suffocating. Do you know what I mean? Like even if we
Yeah,
lost, I think we may have lost the pistol round. Or there was a moment where I thought, usually, right now, I'd feel like this is going to be a slog because we'd lost. We must have lost the pistol round or something. But I remember thinking this doesn't feel as damaging as it used to. I feel like there's a chance here. Um, so the economy changes definitely feel like a step in the right direction, and I don't think they need to do anything with that at the moment. Let's just, which Valve will do, just see how it goes, play it out, see what the vibe is from everyone. But it felt good to me. It feels
yeah,
like
I think it was needed definitely, especially with this MR12. I'm glad they're kind of addressing it, um, which I know we're still on the update, but it's still frustrating. Like, regardless of bringing out this new Vertigo and bringing out, these little updates, it's like sort the fucking cheating out. Do you know what I mean?
well, again, we played Face It, and there was some dodgy stuff on Face It, man.
Yeah.
I said
I mean, not even like us just being salty. There was people on
on
our
our
team
team,
that we even had questions about.
we
Like,
questioned them.
he was an English guy. He sounded like he was talking. He was talking to us, wasn't he? He was communicating, and
Hmm.
he seemed like a geezer. And he was with someone else as well, and he had like 80 hours or something.
No, less than that. I think he had 33
50.
hours on his profile. 33
Okay.
hours. Top fragging, playing very
And
well.
straight as soon as like the other team mentioned it, we actually questioned him on it, and he said some. His friend straight away was like, "Oh, he's a Valorant player" or some shit like that. And
Yeah.
then he started to say, "We
No, I think we questioned
we,
it again.
yeah, you said something again," and then he was like, "What it is I used to play, and then I went to Valorant, and then I came back," and it sounded very sus the way he was saying it.
And the other team saying, "Wow, you found a way to cheat on Face It." And I was saying this. I might have said it in the last podcast. I don't even know, but it feels like there's way more dodgy stuff going on Face It nowadays as well. So like the cheaters or the hackers seem to be ahead of everyone now. Like nowhere safe. That's how it feels like to me.
Yeah, it's
And
a bit frustrating.
I reported him. I said to you, I'm going to report him, and I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because he just looked dodge. Like he was dodge. He was doing some weird stuff as well. So F him, man. If he ever watches the podcast, I doubt he does, man. I reported you. Didn't believe your shit story. Um. So anything else to discuss on the update?
Um, Let me have a quick look. So, chickens have fewer animations. I'm not about that. I think
Yeah, they've got more
it,
animations. You mean is what they've got?
few. Oh, a few new animations.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I'm all about that. They can now walk up
yeah.
hills,
That's
and they
so
can.
funny. You were actually annoyed if they'd
Yeah,
restricted these
I
chickens
was a little bit. I
animations.
thought, what? Why are they doing these? Why are they doing this to the chickens? It's a bit unfair, but no. All right, fair enough. I'll take that back. They can walk up hills, and they can now turn right, which I've been preaching for a long time. Chickens should be able to turn right.
They've got rights, literally, and they should be able to
Yeah,
turn right. Mate, I didn't even know that they couldn't turn right in the game. Like, I don't ever notice that stuff.
yeah. Whoever did that is a cruel individual, in my opinion.
And whoever updated it should be paid more. They should get
Yeah,
rights. Like, at least time has been spent on that. And you know
yeah,
what? The anti cheat that can wait. It can
yeah,
wait.
yeah. That makes me feel a little bit better about them. Letting a few cheaters slide. Now they've done those updates to the chickens.
Mm. If anything, the chickens are cheating by turning right now.
Yeah, I mean, but time will tell. Like, they might take it off them if they get too carried away.
They might.
Then
What is
they
going
might
on
be like,
here?
right, right. We're going back to left turning chickens only.
Yeah, anti cheat, left turning only.
Right. Anyway, enough of this update. Vertigo update. Yeah, like it or not. I know you spoke about it,
I
but
only
yeah,
I only played like half a thing. I think my daughter. I think I got casualed out by kids, and I couldn't actually finish the
okay.
game and
And
got penalised for it.
this looks like I played a map on it. It felt easier to take A for sure.
It's still just
defending
fucking
it.
Vertigo, man. Why are you trying to polish this turd so much? You can only polish
Well,
this turd so much.
it looks like that's why they got rid of Overpass and not Vertigo, right? Because they were planning these
What, they've got a
changes.
plan to put a hole in the wall and add a catwalk?
Yeah.
Wicked. You could have done something on Overpass. I miss Overpass already. I like Overpass. That map was good. Stuff was going
Yeah.
down.
To be
Lots of
honest, I'd
angles.
get rid of Ancient. Ancient's winding me up at the minute.
Yeah, I don't know why you don't like Ancient. I love Ancient. What's the problem with Ancient? Oh, bless you. What's the problem with Ancient?
I feel like with Ancient, this has happened to me a few times now. There's no mid hold from the CT side. It's literally full aggression from CTs on mid.
Tees. From
And
Tees or mid, you mean?
no, from CTs,
Oh,
it's full
CT.
on aggression. So the CTs can nade the fuck out of mid and push it, and they're holding it from mid, so they get there earlier, right? Or if they
They
nade it
seem
and
to always
volley
get
it,
there quicker than us,
yeah,
yeah.
they can. If they send two to mid, they can get there, control it, and shut down mid for T side, and it seems quite difficult for the T side to take it back. I mean,
Yeah, but there's got to be some
yeah, you could just
smokes we can learn
call
for
me a
that.
fucking noob. Yeah, but you nade the top of mid, right, where you would assume they would hold mid. But at the moment, it's just a case of you smoke that, but it doesn't matter because they're just rushing it and nading it, so you can't push them because you can't molly them, right? But they
Mm,
can molly you.
yeah.
So they're literally just mollying it, smoking it, whatever, and they've got mid control straight away from the off go, and that's a utility that's thrown every round. That smoke towards mid. So I'm getting a little bit bored of Ancient, to be honest. I think they need to change that mid area up a little bit.
Well, the game we played the other day. To be fair, they were a better team this, but they were very aggressive, and they had someone push. They had two pushing mid and one pushing cave to that heaven bit, and then like a ramp. So a ramp player like holding down ramps. At that point, you just kind of
Yeah, I
no
feel
hope.
like the ramp player can be he can be held off because by the time he gets to that point, you could molly cave, right, and
Yeah, yeah,
as a player, but the two mid guys were holding mid down well. But like I say, this isn't just the first time I've thought of this. In the past, when I played it, I feel like the same shit's going down at mid every round, and it's a little bit boring.
yeah, yeah. Well, you love mid control, so that's probably why as well.
Yeah, man, so important.
It is important.
Anyway,
Anyway, so that's the update.
Dallas.
Nice, nice, nice. IEM Dallas is going on right now. What's the vibe? I watched a couple of games or a bit. I've watched a bit of the Navi Spirit game, and Spirit just looked fucking sick. What's going on right now?
FaZe Spirit are on right now, 11-8 to Spirit at the moment. FaZe started off really well. I was watching that just before we started recording. Um, they started off really well, but I said to you, it feels like Spirit haven't warmed up yet, and clearly Spirit have warmed up because they've overtaken FaZe. I think it was 3-1 when I said that.
Yeah, they're
Um,
winning 11-8 now. Mate, 9Z are the surprise guys of this so far, right? They beat Liquid.
yeah, it looks like
They
it. Yeah,
beat Mouse in a BO1. They're beating Vitality as we record this, but only slightly. So fair play to them. Mouse out and Complexity out. I'm surprised Complexity went out so quick after their recent run as well. I kind of had them down as a dark horse considering it's their home turf.
I mean, they played against Liquid, so that kind of wipes that home turf out.
Mm.
And that was a best of one, so we can't say too much about it. Then they played Mouse. Mouse are just unreal at the minute, but they did lose to 9Z and G2 with Stewie 2K. So
Yeah, mate, and
you
Stewie
know,
2K at G2 knocked Mouse out. But just sorry.
but at the end of the day, you're replacing Stewie 2K with Huxley, so it's not like a massive loss. I
Loss,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
Stewie 2K isn't great, and I know Hux is the in-game leader, but Nexa can in-game lead. You've got
Well,
Huxley, and
Nico's
you've got.
apparently doing it.
Oh, is Nico doing it?
Apparently,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, actually, yeah, I heard that. Yeah, but they've still got Monacy and Nico,
Yeah.
so
The
I don't know.
interesting.
Mouse, it's a little bit disappointing for them, but I guess they're not that arsed.
Well, I think they would be asked, right? Because this was going to be the the tournament after Pro League they won, and
Free on the trot.
Bet Boom, yeah, to say that they could do it on the big stage, but I
I
think
think it was too much to ask from them travelling all that way and doing well at this tournament as well. Other teams have had more of a break, right?
I guess so. But
Uh,
the one thing I want to just touch on though is like I know people go on about this all the time, yeah, and you mentioned it just then. Like, why have we got BO1s in these tournaments? Like, they are actually pointless when you actually look at them, and it's all over so quick. And you just said it yourself. Like, we won't put too much. Like, oh, they lost in a BO1. We won't put too much. Can't put too much on that. So it's like, well, what's the point, isn't it? Like, what's the point in it then if we can't put any credit or positivity on a win over BO1? It's like whatever. I mean, Spirit beat FlyQuest 13-1. That game was over in like
I feel
25
like
minutes.
a best of one might be to get rid of some riffraff, just to get rid of some shit teams. But in a tournament like this, you don't need it.
And it often will serve the other purpose of just making a
Yeah,
good team lose, and then they just have to do a bit more to end up in the playoffs. And it was a waste of everyone's time. It feels like no, that's how I feel.
yeah. No, I agree with you completely. Um, you mentioned 9Z. Did you mention them playing Vitality now?
Yeah, I just said they were winning slightly.
Yeah.
It was early days, so the first map.
Sorry, I thought you
But
did. Yeah.
so who do you think's gonna? I mean, unless what have you got anything you want to touch on again? Sorry, I was kind of just going to maybe
Not really.
jump a bit.
I mean,
Sorry to say the timings of these games are pretty mad. Like there's
they're late. Yeah.
there's games at like midnight for us UK time. So by the time I've woken up, everything's happened, and then the next day starts. So anyway, go on. I interrupted you a bit.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I was gonna say I did my fantasy team and I wasn't too happy with it. I did two mouse players, two spirit, and one vitality, Mezzy. And I was fairly happy, but I was a bit unsure about mouse. I was like, because they've done so well recently, they're probably not going to do that well again. Like, you know, what are the chances of the third tournament on the trot they're going to do well? And I don't think they're that team. It's not like an era team. You know, it's not like the old Astralis type teams. They're not that. The teams that could do that are maybe Spirit, but it feels like even like their little run they had has slowed down a little bit. It's like, okay, when they first came on the scene, it's like, oh, let's see what this Donk kid can do. He's been smashing everybody in, tier 3 and 2. He came on, it's like Katowice, he was rated like 1.7. I was like, oh my god, this guy's insane. Like, how is anyone going to beat this team? And they've looked a lot more realistic since. But do you know, so when I'm watching Donk play, do you know what he looks like? If a country like Russia made an AI bot that could play Counter Strike, that's what it looks like.
Well, that's very accurate. I think what they've done, which is
Yeah,
it's the Cold War of Counter Strike, of
yeah, it
esports.
is.
You
Mate, honestly, just watching the guy, his crosshair placement and the way he looks around a map is. Do you know what? I remember the first time I saw Messi playing football, and I was like, everyone jokes about saying it looks like he's got the ball on a string, and it literally does. If you could, if you could hack football like you can with a computer game, that's what it looked like Messi was doing.
yeah.
That's watching Donk play. He plays so different to other people. The way his crosshair placement is and the way he moves around the map is so different to what we're used to. It's actually a joy to watch.
Mm. Yeah, fair
So
enough. Well,
yeah, I just feel like he's very unique, and it is it is nice to watch him play Counter Strike. Not necessarily. It's not like he plays amazing Counter Strike, but the way he moves and the way he looks is just unlike anyone else. It's a little bit mind boggling.
he's currently top fragging on Spirit's team, but Rops is top fragging overall. So
Oh, is it?
yeah, Rops
I
is
was gonna say,
woken up.
before I said before I was watching them, and I saw Rob's in the clutch a few times, and I was thinking Rob still hasn't got back to himself, has he? Like
No, not at all.
when CS2 first came out, Rob's was
The
the
boy.
boy. Everyone was like, is he the best player on? Like I think tweeted it, didn't he? Robs is the best CS2 player. And then he faded off loads, and I'm a proper Robs fan. Like he was like one of my favourite players to watch.
Mm.
Probably still is. I just think he's going through a bit of a rough patch. So I'm glad he's having a good game because I
Well,
want to see him back.
he is, but just going back to your fantasy quickly, yeah, it can't be worse than mine, mate. I've just checked it, and I've got Rain in there, who is turning up now. He's the only player I've got left in the tournament. I have Wonderful, Navi out, Vexite from FlyQuest. I thought FlyQuest might do a bit more than they did, considering their recent showing at the Pro League, whatever. They're out. Electronic VP, they got eliminated today. And then
Oh, they
Shui.
lost a pick.
I know.
Crazy.
What's going on at Big as well? They got rid of their coach and now they're like actually putting in some results at fucking Dallas. What? Anyway, Shui at Mouse obviously out, which that's Shui felt like the most sure bet when I put him in.
VP in like in a 3-map series or something.
So say that again, me. You're definitely lagging. You kind of just jumped into a conversation.
Yeah, I apologise. I thought I was. I just carried on. Yeah, big. I heard the casters say that's the first time they've beaten VP in a series. Like
Oh
ever. I
really?
don't know.
What? No, Jesus. Yeah, well they go through to the lower finals to play Heroic then at midnight, which actually Heroic looked good as well with a standing beating Navi, beat M80. So that's actually a good matchup of two teams that weren't expected to do much here. Two underdog teams here. That's actually probably one of the picks of the games to watch. That I think Heroic big. That'll be quite good. Anyway, who do you think is going to win Dallas then?
Are we just gonna say Spirit again?
Oh,
I think
it's
Spirit
hard
and
not to.
Vitality are the ones there, but Vitality just seem like they're not firing on all cylinders at the moment. They
Yeah.
still feel like there's nothing, there's nothing really changed, right? Since they've been doing really well, they just seem to be slacking slightly, and I can't put my finger on why.
You don't think it's Messi? Messi.
No, because I feel like Messi's playing. I mean, yeah, he might not fit in completely, but I still feel like he's doing a very good job whenever I watch them.
Mm.
I still feel like he's doing a superb job. And you're not, come on, you're not asking him to outfrag Flames or Spinks or Zyru, for example.
Yeah.
Um, and Apex puts himself in, I would say, a bit more favourable positions um, compared to other in-game leaders. So Messi does end up with the shitter positions, and I do feel like he's playing well. Maybe I'm just biased as a fellow Englishman, but I do feel like Messi's playing okay. I don't think he's the strongest excuse. Which brings me to a point I was thinking of earlier. Actually, was is a Counter Strike team as strong as their weakest player, or does that not really matter?
Well, I think the problem with that is there's so many. Unless you're like the top 10, 15 players in the world, that kind of middle ground between like in like a Vitality, Spinks, Flamesy, Messi, whatever, like you can have so many different games where one of them's popping off, the other one's not. So I always think it's actually quite hard, and because of the roles they play as well, like a Messi plays, the quote unquote shitter roles, whatever. Sometimes it's harder. I think it's hard to always pinpoint who's worse in the team. Often it's the RGL because their mind is so much not on doing the kind of set job of anchor or support or whatever they're doing, and it's actually on making sure they're calling the shots or micromanaging the players in the server. So I think it's really hard to always call who's the worst player from
Yeah.
my point of view. Anyway, so I don't know.
I guess it's if you're doing your roles right, and I do feel like Messi's playing his role pretty well.
Yeah, we're biased though,
I'd
aren't
have
we?
to,
But
I'd,
yeah, I
yeah, I'd
don't.
have to watch more Vitality games though. To be honest, like I would have to watch a bit more of them and see where they're going wrong. But it does feel like they're massively underperforming at the moment. For me, Vitality should be up there with FaZe and Spirit
Yeah.
and Mouse, definitely.
No, yeah, there is definitely something not quite clicking there. Um,
they'll probably make a move, right? They'll probably get rid of Messi and get someone else.
Yeah, and then where would Messi go?
Back to Fnatic. Problema.
Such a, I don't know.
Heroic. No, they don't need him at Heroic, do they?
Could go to like a Falcons or
Ents.
something, couldn't he? Yeah, but Ents. Well, listen, we'll come on to Ents. They've just, in my mind, made fucking. Ents is okay. Let's do it now. Let's talk about it. Dallas Spirit are gonna win. Spoiler. Let's talk about Ents, okay? And why we talk about Ents? Because they've signed SDY, who's I think they've seriously upgraded this team, and it's like they look good, mate. Mainly because of the SD.
Right, you'll have to fill me in, mate, because I don't know. I don't know this move. I've just opened the page up now.
Yeah, it
But
only happened
go on,
today.
You explain it.
Well, they've signed SDY, who very good IGLing player at Monty, and did very well for them more recently. The only thing I was going to question is because I think he was IGLing at Monty properly, like full time. Obviously, Glaves is not going to step down from IGL, so I guess he's just going to take up other roles. They've got rid of Hades and Dia, whatever. And Dia's not been good recently. He's really not been good. He's easily been one of the worst players. Yeah. Hades has been alright actually, I think, but even then he's like not even 1.1 rating. And so they brought in SDY, who's a proven kind of leader of a tier 2 Counter-Strike team in Monty, I would say, and actually quite a good player, man. So I'm surprised he's gone here and other people haven't tried to be onto him. But they've also signed, right, this geezer, Poddy. Yeah. So Poddy is young gun from the academy. Yeah. So, but he was the one that Nertz and Nico both said he's the one to look out for. You know, in the top 20, they asked who's the player that you think is going to be up and coming. Poddy was from both of Nertz and Nico, so pretty good people to be like, look, this is who we think is going to be the up and coming guy.
Turns out it was Donk.
No, but this is his chance now to prove it. He's 19 years old. He's come from the academy. He was rating 1.13 at the academy, so he's been playing well at the academy. So I think it's exciting. I think Ents, like, I'm excited to see Ents play next. They've got Glaive, SDY, Goofy, which is fine. You know, not much to say. Kylo, not much to say. And then this young gun in Poddy, 19-year-old, who could be, you know, the Finnish, she's from Finland, Finnish Donk for all we know, although I doubt that good. But you know what I mean? He could be the Finnish Nertz, you know, something like that. And I think they're just a bit exciting to look out for now, I think.
I really like your enthusiasm. I do.
I think it's positive changes. They're positive changes. That's what I think.
Okay. Yeah, I can live with that. But it's positive change. It's not exciting. This team is still below average for a tier 1 team.
It was a shame to see Ents go from the snappy and that Ents to the Ents they are now. So this kind of change fills me with a renewed sense of excitement.
I mean, hopefully they build some kind of team, you know, and they can get to similar to where they were in, you know, during last year. But it doesn't feel like it's going to happen, really, especially with this team. It's like I said, it's nothing. It's not really exciting for me. Poddy might kick off, but even if he was as good as fucking, I don't know, Nertz, he's still not going to be. You know, they're still not going to be great, right? Poddy could be really fucking good, but the rest of them for me, SDY, yeah, you know, he was great on Monty, but he's not in-game leading. I think he was a great in-game leader. I just feel like these are a below-average tier 1 team. So
okay.
I like the enthusiasm. I'm sorry to put a damper on it, but I am doing.
All right. Well, when are we next going to see Ents?
They're playing against DMS. Never heard of.
Great. What we got?
A win's a win.
well, okay, more pro league. No, that's
You okay, mate?
that's the only game they've got coming up against DMS for the Blast Premier qualifier. Huh? Anyway,
Maybe they're
okay.
only like
So we're never
30.
we're never going to see this team. I'm
Yeah.
really excited to never watch these guys play. Um, ESL Challenge Yonkoping. Oh my god, they need to get into some fucking tournaments. All right, well, good luck to them. Maybe we'll see them online soon. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, I was excited. Now I don't give a fuck. So we're never gonna see them. I tell you what. Let's keep this short and sweet. It's a short poddy. See what I did there? Poddy, just side to
Oh, nice.
The only other thing I was going to talk about, but it's not that important. I think we can wrap things up because I think it's been a busy week for us both. Life, you've been away in Liverpool or wherever you've been and doing silly stuff. So maybe not as organised as usual. The only thing I was going to say is Apex have said they're going to put their Counter-Strike division on hold, which is a shame. I just think it is a shame when these organisations like are unable to continue. I think
Yeah, well, Stico and Jacob have just gone, and has
gone.
not gone as well.
Nork's gone to bleed. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, it is a shame. Apex are like one of those underdog teams that everyone kind of roots for. So yeah, it is a shame. So shout out them.
I think it's just a shame when any of these organisations fail. And I think if there's any way you want to lose money, it seems to be you start an esports organisation. That seems to be the way to really fucking burn your money and like
Yeah,
pour it down the drain. So anyway, look, right, let's wrap it up there. GG. Shout out to Zolex who won the skin. You're a legend.
yeah,
And
yeah. Congratulations, man.
we'll be back
Sick.
next week with lots of hot topics to discuss. Anything else, really, before you lag out on us and freeze again?
Now, keep playing CS. Keep minding Valve about cheaters, and keep listening to our podcast.
Subscribe, like, follow. Woo! Yeah.
Let's go.
GG.